How's life? Well, we're getting this interesting question from America. And the question is, should I forgive my father who abandoned us when I was 5 years old? Interesting question, because the question begins with should I? And I'd like to question that question. I would rather say, can I? Can I? Am I able to forgive? When can we forgive, and why is forgiving so useful? Forgiving is useful because when you're angry with somebody, it's a heavy burden to carry, because the anger takes place in your heart and soul and body, and it's very heavy to carry around. Why is forgiving so wonderful, and why is it such a relief? Because you lay down your burden and you can walk along much lighter than before. However, forgiving is not something that we decide to do because we want to one morning and we decide to be good. We forgive when we really understand. Why do people harm us? Sometimes people harm us because they're doing it on purpose, usually because they want to give back something that they feel they have received. Usually it's getting back at you in some way. The trouble is sometimes you're the one who's caused the damage, and sometimes you're not the one who has caused the damage. People give out to the world what they feel the world owes them. Sometimes if you've been hurt, you decide that everybody has to receive your anger, everybody has to receive your mistrust, everybody receives your impossibility to commit, as in this case seems to be happening. So if we really understand and we see that this person is just giving back to the world what they thought that the world was about, we may be able to forgive, because to be able to forgive we have to understand. And if we understand this person has no other way of seeing the world except a place where it's impossible to commit to anybody, to give anybody something that is worth it because they don't have it themselves, then you can forgive. However, forgiving doesn't mean that you're going to be innocent again in the relationship, that you're going to be completely naive in the relationship. You have to take certain precautions so that you're not hurt again. It's more or less the same as if you have a dog and the dog bites you. Well, you don't have to get rid of the dog. You're just a bit more cautious and you have a look at when the dog bites and why. With people it's exactly the same thing, and it's essential for us not to think that goodness given is goodness returned. It doesn't always work that way. Okay? So if you decide you want to forgive, it doesn't mean you have to forget. It means you have to remember and you have to be cautious. On the other hand, you may be able to forgive because somebody did something by mistake. They really did hurt you. You still have to be cautious, but you can also work on the relationship to establish grounds where nobody commits the same mistake again. These are the people who do have things to give. These are the people who can commit, who can have a good relationship with you, but they have made a mistake. So let's think about it again. Let's ask, am I able to forgive? And what type of forgiveness is this? Is it a forgiveness where I put certain boundaries so that the other person is not dangerous? Or is it a forgiveness where I re-establish new rules for the game and I can re-establish a relationship of trust? I hope this has helped you. See you next week.